Alright. Welcome back to the Seven Deadly Sins anime review, episode number 75. Yes, I think the series reaches 100 soon. It depends on how long the second season is going to be. I have no clue exactly how long the season is going to be because no confirmed episode count for this one. It could be even 12 episodes for all I know. Before I continue with the thing, talk about this episode, which is the 30th episode of I think it's the 29th episode of the series. Yeah, 29, which is known as Battle of the Walled Town, which is episode chapters 94 to 97, which, yes, I'm guessing that in the next two episodes, we're going to cap off this arc and go to Demon Realm arc. The Demon Realm, right after that arc concludes, basically we have a time skip. A 2-year time skip in the series. And everybody's pretty much 2 years older. And there's like a few more arcs after that. There's a turn going on in the manga right now, which has nothing much to do with the main story of the series, battling King Arthur and Chaos. It's like, okay. But the manga's still pretty good. So, in the case of this very episode, we begin with basically, we reveal the mysterious woman who popped up, I think it was just in the previous episode, where Tristan is basically asked to button up her shirt. And basically, her name is Io, and then he walks into a side aisle with her, and then it's revealed she's actually a demon. And of course, basically, like, he's on offensive because it's a demon, despite the fact that his father is a demon, and so is his uncle. And of course, she's attacking him. And he points out are you attacking me because my mom's a goddess and my father was a demon? It's like, no. That's not the reason why. The reason why she's attacking him because basically she was told to by King Arthur. And her companions being brainwashed by him. They fight for a bit, and eventually the fight kind of stops right after he kind of slices her chest. Where she's not dead. Like, basically it's more like a surface wound person, but she's bleeding. And, like, oh, should I help out? And that's the whole scene with them. Meanwhile, though, everyone's wondering what the heck Tristan went. Chthon basically he's going to suffer from paranoia because Tristan's not near him, despite the fact that, oh yeah, by the way, it's part of this episode that his mom is basically the first princess, aka Margaret. Yes. So technically, the person he's obsessed with is his own cousin. Now, here's kind of the thing. Now, they don't really explain why in the world he's obsessed with him. Why he has to be constantly near him, and the fact you think he's like better than everybody else. Okay, the explanation for this, they don't mention the episode, but the reason why is because the woman obsessed with basically Gilthunder, when he was a child, when she was much younger. Apparently, over time, she put on weight and was still obsessed with him, to the point where she kidnapped Chthon multiple times over the years, thinking that basically he was basically her child. So then Tristan saved them, and that's why he kind of worships him. And oh yeah, she survived basically having her throat slit because I believe it was Henderson basically begged Dreyfus basically to heal her throat wound. But that's like an OVA, which they've not adapted for the series yet. Excuse me. I would not be surprised if they adapted it for the main series, given the fact that's an actual important plot point for the character. Usually the OVAs like side stories that they have adapted for the series, which they did it between every season of the show for between seasons 1, 2, and 3. 4 technically didn't have one because that was the final season show. So then they split up. The girls go out by themselves. And then the guys kind of stay together for a bit until Jay goes out to find the girls. And then they're confronted by one of the Knights of Chaos, the female one, the one who Percival decided to accidentally peep on in a previous episode. And then basically she fires something at them. Like, oh, is that an arrow? And of course, she's just basically looking at Jay like, "Are you gawking at my body?" It's like, no, I'm looking at your weapon. You must have only one bow, one arrow for that bow. And she's like, "Who said that was an arrow?" Turns out what she fired was a frickin' snake. And of course, it bites Iliod. And, well, then, and of course, Jade has to carry this tall, muscular woman. I'd be kind of surprised if Becky did pick her up. Despite the fact she's very muscular. My guess is because she's being poisoned. That's probably the reason why she'd be able to lift no problem. Or the fact that maybe that he works out. That's probably the reason why he's able to lift her up. Because a normal guy his size probably would not lift up a woman who's very muscular like that. You want a good example of seeing a muscular pick up a guy? I've seen it before. It's actually been the woman who later became the wife of Ab Copeland, Beth Phoenix, looked up Santina Marella on her shoulders when they were an on-screen couple. This was basically about 20 years ago when they won their respective championship. She won the women's championship, and Santina won the Intercontinental Championship during a very weird tag team match where, like, whoever basically scores the pin, the respective gender for these titles basically wins them. It was really bizarre. Yeah, where Beth won the match, so technically she basically pinned somebody to win a male title, and she didn't win the championship, win the women's championship. It was one of the most bizarre bookings I've ever seen. Yes, Mike Adamle original. Yes, Mike Adamle booked this damn thing. But that's something else altogether. Just when I see something like this, I think of basically Beth hoisting Santina around her shoulders. Because she can. Though, of course, this was actually Santina's third on-screen girlfriend. First was Maria, then Beth Phoenix, and then was Tamina. Yes, on-screen he dated Tamina. That's why I think in real life he had a wife and basically later has a daughter who's actually in the wrestling business as Adeline Grace. And he's the director of authority on basically TNA. But that's the next altogether. So they run off, and the guys basically are confronted. They're basically thinking, oh, something's wrong, so ask Chthon to summon his spirits, and then they'll basically can't make any noise, and they run away from the bearded guy, and he nearly breaks Donnie's arm, and then he breaks, when he's our healing buddy, then he breaks Percival's neck, and of course, Amber's back and well, Chthon mistakenly thinks he's dead. Because, his neck snapped. For Percival, that's nothing. Because normally, the way he sees it is that, person's dead, magic goes away. Percival, nope. This man survived a freaking stab wound to the heart by his own father. And here he is, basically, he survived no problem. His neck is fixed. And, of course... And then, not long after, and of course, Donnie tosses away the bearded guy. He said he knocked him. He actually just uses his power to lift him, toss him basically several blocks away. Also, I love the arrow shot, basically, with a little light go around the city. So, and then the woman who Percival gawked at in the previous episode shows up with her. First, she basically covered in darkness, and then that disappears since she's knocked over. And then Percival was able to tame her creatures, which include, moths, locusts, I think it was an owls and a snake. And of course Percival obtained it because they were fighting against their will. And then Nausicaa proceeds to kind of slice at her and she falls over. It's not really clear exactly what happened here. I didn't see blood, I just see she just fell down. My guess, he may have slipped her throat. By the way, she sees Percival You try to peep at me! Nope, not here. Not in this episode. Oh, in case you're wondering, this is this in manga too, so it's the writers forgot the fact that Percival peeped on her. Yeah, she had completely forgot that. But we'll find out basically what the next episode would be. Episode 30 of the series, known as Flames of Remembrance, which should be an interesting episode. Do I think cover the remaining 6 chapters? No. I think it probably cover about 4 chapters next episode. It's possible. I don't think we'll cover 6. But we'll find out next week. So yeah, that's particularly a particular view. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn notifications, and do not hit the dislike button. Well, next up basically is going to be ReZero. And then if I got time to, I'll work on Blue Exorcist. If not, I'll probably have to work on either tomorrow, Friday at the latest. Okay? Oh, in case you're curious, what about the strongest mage in the Demon's Army was a human? Still gonna do that, but I'm gonna stay for Friday because I just want to break just yesterday, so I don't want to go too fast with it, okay? But this next video, bye.